As 2022 draws to a close, it's time to look back and reflect on what has been another very uncertain, all over the place year. But I'm sure you're all, the same as I am, glad to see the hi-fi industry still producing a whole range of products that audiophiles can get very excited about. But there has been one overriding theme for me this year, and that is change. I mean, the year started with me totally changing my listening room, and this is the year that I got into vinyl playback for the first time, and that has been huge for me. But really the change has come from the products that I have reviewed, and I suppose how they've made me feel about, the hi-fi industry, or hi-fi options, or maybe hi-fi solutions that are available to us today. And there has been a number of standout products that I have looked at this year, so it's time to name and praise them, and to award one of them as my best hi-fi product of 2022. Here are my best hi-fi product, or products I suppose, of 2022, the Dynaudio Focus 50. And they are streaming active wireless speakers. So that means all of the hi-fi system, or nearly all of it, that you can see there behind me can just go away. And all you need is just the speakers and you're good. Very good actually for listening to high quality streamed music. And for me to name a product of this type as my best of 2022 really does mark a change for me, because I love having a really complex hi-fi system, having control over all of the individual components of that system to give me the sound that I like, and how I wire them all together and link them all together, and even the cables that I choose to use. I love having control over all of that. But the Focus 50 have shown to me that having the complexity and the control of a larger hi-fi system would not be essential for me to be happy. The Focus 50 have shown to me that it would be possible for me to have life convenience with the really high audio quality that I would need in order to be happy. And the Focus 50 genuinely offer both. They offer convenience and really good actually, audio quality that is delivered from high quality Dynaudio in-house made drivers, high quality amplification with the technical benefits of them being active speakers, with huge attentions to detail going into their design and therefore their performance. And that is before we even think about the fact that they are wireless, because when you sit and listen to them, never once do you think, well, I'm listening to wireless speakers here. You just think you're listening to a hi-fi system. And yet the fact that they are wireless obviously gives them another level of convenience. And I like the Dynaudio app. It's simple and easy to use. And I like the small touches, such as there being a slider and buttons to adjust the speaker's volume, and also a standby button that's easy to access to turn the Focus 50 on and off. And I also really like the Focus 50's form factor, the high quality finish and the look, and the fact that they are heavy, really quite heavy enough to make you feel that they are very well made and very well manufactured, but also not so crazy heavy that you can't move them around. It's just a nice balance of the two, with their center of gravity being really quite low, so you can move them around in your listening room with confidence. But interestingly, their overall footprint is not actually that large. So that means the Focus 50 are easier speakers to fit into smaller rooms, or maybe just easier for you to get permission to buy them in the first place. And their sound quality is obviously the best part, because they do a lot of the important hi-fi things that we would need, such as really precisely pinpoint three-dimensional stereo imaging, such as having good tonal qualities, such as having very good clarity and overall precision and transparency of sound. And their bass is really tight, but it also has a nice bouncy character to it that I personally particularly like. But the bass maybe is on the slightly play it safe side in terms of its output, but there are ways that you can adjust the speaker's sound, such as using the app. You can put the speakers into a brighter, slightly leaner, or into a darker, slightly warmer sound profile. But the thing that's most cool to me is the fact that the Dynaudio Focus range of speakers are the world's first speakers to feature Dirac Live room correction. And that's huge for me. And it's huge for me because of what it means. Firstly, it means that the whole concept of a speaker being too large for a room completely goes away, because with Dirac Live, you can totally manage the sound of in this case, the whole hi-fi system in the room. So if you want a larger speaker, for that larger driver array and the scale and the grandiose of sound that larger speakers can deliver, well, then you can have that in a room without the fear of the speaker being too large for the room. So that is huge. But it also means that if you hear the Focus 50 speakers at dealers or in another person or friend's house or whatever, because of Dirac Live and how you can manage the sound, well, then you can achieve nigh on exactly the same sound, or maybe even better sound, in your own listening room. So that fear of, yeah, they sound great at the dealers, but they won't sound that great at my home, that whole concept and fear goes away. So that is also huge. But more huge than the first two is that, as I mentioned, the user has total control over the whole sound of what the speaker can deliver. So you can manage and tune the sound exactly to your liking in your listening room. And that also means that if your listening room is not perfect, if you can't have the speakers in the perfect position in your listening room, or maybe just the acoustics are not ideal or perfect, well, then Dirac Live will help you to achieve more of what the speakers are capable of. So for me, that is huge, 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 and it's going to be huge for a lot of audiophiles. Now, the price of the Focus 50 is not cheap at £8,699. So it's a lot of money to spend in one instance, in one go. But when you break it down, what we're actually getting here is a high performance music streaming hi-fi system. So that means speakers, amplifiers, DACs, streamers, the world's best room correction solutions, and more. So when you actually break down the cost into the individual component parts, the Focus 50 are actually really very good value. And it's for all of these reasons, not one or two, all of these reasons, that I think the Focus 50 are deserved winners of Pursuit of Perfect Systems Best Hi-Fi Product of 2022. And there will be a full review coming for the Focus 50 in early 2023. I will be going into huge detail with that. So you definitely don't want to miss it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and keep an eye on the videos that will be coming soon. But don't go away just yet, because I have some other really important awards to give. Sticking with the theme of speakers, one pair of passive speakers really made a mark on me this year, so much so that I bought the review pair, the new Mission 770s. I just love these speakers. I love these speakers because every time I sit and listen to them, I just want to listen to more music. You can just sit there for hours and hours and enjoy them. And that is because their sound is balanced so very well. You get excellent vocal delivery, excellent vocals. You get very good soundstage. You get a smooth and refined treble, and you get good bass. Good bass for its output, good bass for its extension, and great bass for being tight and punchy at times as well. And I think they are transparent speakers, so that means you can easily hear the character of your hi-fi system. So individuals will be able to find a very happy place with the Mission 770 speakers. And the build quality is exceptional. You know, the inert cabinet, the fact they're all handmade here in the UK. I think you get all of this for a very reasonable price of £3,499. That includes the stands. I love how they look. I love having them set up in here, my listening room. So yeah, I just love the Mission 770 speakers, and they was this close to being awarded my product of the year. So it's very easy for me to, give Mission a Pursuit of Perfect System Standout Product Award for 2022 for the Mission 770s, my Mission 770s, serial number 0001, a very special pair. The next two standout products are both here in front of me, and they are both from NAD. And on the right I have the M23 stereo power amplifier, which is really stand out to me because of its sound quality for its price of £3,399. So much so that I have affectionately nicknamed it the expensive amplifier nemesis, because it has such control, fantastic control over the speakers. It also creates or gives you a sound with a very full and punchy bass that I can't help but really like. But then it also has quality in the vocals, very good quality and a very good soundstage, and quality in the treble. It really is a fantastic sounding stereo power amplifier that has loads of power, but that runs stone cold even when you drive it really very hard. And interestingly, when you pair it with NAD's M10 V2, which isn't, a pairing that you would naturally think to put together, I actually think the two of them work fantastically well together. And NAD have really nailed it with the M10 V2. Its form factor, its look, its features, the way everything works, and the sound quality is also very good when you factor in how small it is. I genuinely think NAD have, it's almost perfect. The NAD M10 V2 is an almost perfect hi-fi product, especially when you consider the analog outputs. When you use it purely as a streamer and a DAC and a preamplifier, feeding into the M23 power amplifier, feeding on again into the Mission 770 speakers that obviously I've just given an award to. Wow! That's a killer, a really killer hi-fi system that I've spent many hours listening to, that also features direct live, which means you can get more out of the system in your listening room. Yeah, I think, NAD have nailed it with both of these two products, and they both deserve a Pursuit of Perfect System Standout Award for 2022. And changing tact totally. As I mentioned, 2022 was the year that I got into vinyl playback for the first time. And I've only really taken baby steps with it so far, but I have to say, it's important to give kudos to the first ever turntable that I have spent any real time with, that I have lived with, and that is the AVID HiFi Ingenium plug and play. And I think in the main it's been a great product to live with and given me a great starting point to my vinyl journey. But priced at £1,500, of course expectations are rightly high. But the Ingenium is very well built, all built here in the UK, and I think it looks great, and it's just a really nice product to interact with and have, in your home, as part of your hi-fi system. And it's given me just some glimmers, just some tasters of what I think, really high-end vinyl will sound like. And to me, that's, super exciting for, I suppose, the rest of my vinyl journey. So in a way, it wins it by default because it's the only turntable that I've spent any time with, but I have to give a standout product award in 2022 to AVID HiFi for the Ingenium turntable, because boy, I never thought I would get into vinyl playback, and I have. And you know what? I've really enjoyed it so far. 2022 is the year wireless headphones have become very exciting for audiophiles, and that is because they are really very good despite the technical limitations of Bluetooth data transfer. And I have a number of the better ones here, as you can see, and I'm looking forward to doing some comparison reviews in early 2023. But one pair has really stood out to me this year in 2022, and that is the Mark Levinson number 5909. And they stood out to me because of their comfort, because of their build quality, and most importantly, of course, their sound quality, because it's the first pair of wireless Bluetooth headphones that I've listened to that actually sound refined. And earlier in the year, I looked at Apple's AirPods Max. And I love the AirPods Max. I think they're fantastic, really versatile, high quality. Look at that lovely aluminium finish. But they can't compete with the Levinson 5909 for that all-important refinement of sound quality. But interestingly, the Bowers & Wilkins new PX8 headphones kind of can. So I'm really looking forward to doing some comparison between these headphones and hopefully the Focal Baffis as well. But as it stands again, in 2022, it's the Mark Levinson 5909 that have been the big, literally standout wireless headphone product for me in 2022, and they definitely deserve an award for that. Moving on to lifestyle audio, the Sonos Faber OMNIA really impressed me this year with its sound quality. The bass that this speaker system can produce is insane. It produces a genuinely room-filling amount of good quality bass. But more impressive is the stereo soundstage that it creates. And as an audiophile, you can sit and critically listen to music on it because it produces vocals that are rich and bold and textured. It produces, like I said, a nice, very wide by the speaker standards, but quite a wide soundstage by hi-fi system standards. And it's got that room filling bass, as I mentioned, and details pop, micro details pop, to create quite a three-dimensional soundstage, which is so impressive considering the OMNIA is really, I suppose, form factor wise, quite soundbar-esque. But yet it sounds nothing like a traditional soundbar. And also, I think it's styled really nice. It looks really lovely. So for a lifestyle orientated customer, someone who wants a really good music listening experience, but they don't really want stereo speakers and the hassle that can come with having a hi-fi system. They like the soundbar type of form factor, but they probably think the soundbar sounds a bit pants for music. That is where the OMNIA, that is the customer and the person who the OMNIA will fit perfectly. Now, its price tag of £1,599 might be, above what some people would pay for a product like this, but it definitely won't be too much for everybody. There'll definitely be customers who appreciate how lovely this is and the genuine, room filling, very impressive sound quality that it can create from a very lovely lifestyle form factor type of product. And I was super impressed with it. I don't normally look at products like this because they don't really interest me that much, because I just don't think they're going to be very good. Yeah, they can be very lovely and very great for filling a function, but not. I very rarely think they're going to sound very good, but this one does. The Sonos Faber OMNIA genuinely sounds bloody impressive, and for that, it easily is deserved of a Pursuit of Perfect System Standout Award for 2022. So there you have it. Those are a small number of hi-fi products that stood out to me in 2022. And just because they are stand out doesn't necessarily mean they are perfect or that they will be perfect for everybody. So I always advise, someone, if you're going to be upgrading your hi-fi in 2023, take your time, do your research, and definitely don't buy products based on hype alone. Make sure you get yourself to a dealer if you can and listen to several different options and find the right products for you. And on that note, I just want to say a huge thank you to you and to everybody who has supported this channel throughout 2022 in watching my videos, liking every single one, of course, and to anybody who's subscribed in the last year and is helping to make Pursuit of Perfect System bigger, better, and what it is. I can't thank you all enough. And I just want to say that I have an insane number of crazy good quality hi-fi products already here that need to be reviewed, and there will be reviews and videos coming for them early in 2023 and onwards, and there's loads of other really great things already planned. So 2023 should be an even better year for Pursuit of Perfect System, and I hope, of course, you all enjoy it. I hope you've all enjoyed what I've created for you this year as well. And I also hope you've all had a fantastic Christmas. I wish you all a very happy New Year. And, you know, New Year's resolutions should definitely be better sound, better hi-fi sound in 2023. Thank you all again for watching this video, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye.